Let's take a look at some on-chain metrics, an analysis of Bitcoin, and some trade entries. Hey guys, welcome back to our weekly analysis of Bitcoin. And if you're new here, we do a weekly analysis of Ethereum and other altcoins as well. We provide regular updates on the crypto market along with some trade entries that our team at Coin Insights has put together. Also, if you're interested in joining our free trading community, the link is listed in the description down below. I'm also really excited to announce that I've gained access to another funded trading account. I'm planning to schedule a daily live stream to show you guys how to grow a portfolio live once you reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to see how I trade live, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell, as a lot of my content can be time sensitive. And as always, we'll provide timestamps for your convenience so you can easily navigate to the sections that interest you the most. So the first metric I wanted to cover was the Liquidity Heat Map. If you guys follow our channel, you guys know that we primarily like to trade alongside larger institutions, whales, and larger traders. Therefore, we like to follow where a lot of the liquidity lies. This is because these larger investors require a large amount of liquidity to move their capital more efficiently. Therefore, for them to gain the best bang for their buck, they like to buy and sell in areas of high liquidity so that they can exchange their positions in areas of high optimal exchange. Two main levels that we have been looking at on this channel are these two levels, but if we zoom in here, this area can also provide a zone of resistance. But in my opinion, I have been saying that price action is looking fairly bearish and that we are likely going to come down to this position over here. And I'll show you guys how this affects our analysis once we get to our analysis of Bitcoin. So the second metric I wanted to cover was the liquidation levels of Bitcoin. And you can see that there has been a large amount of liquidity wipe. And before areas of market reversal, you tend to want to see a large amount of liquidity wiped, especially leveraged players. And we'll see another chart on that relatively soon. You can see on this chart that a lot of short liquidity has been wiped out here. There is a lot of leveraged long liquidity lying below. So likely Bitcoin is hunting down the stop losses of a lot of these long leveraged plays. I would definitely be careful if you guys are in long positions. And I'll show you exactly how far I think Bitcoin is going to do a liquidity hunt before a area of reversal here. The next metric I want to look at is the number of addresses with balance greater than 10K. You can see that during this last bear market that whales have just been accumulating. And you can see that we do have a recent dumping within the last couple months. So if you zoom in here, you can see the overall trend as price has been going up. The addresses with balances greater than 10K Bitcoin has actually been going down. If we zoom in a little bit further here, you can see that whales have been dumping on this recent pump. And I can see them dumping a little bit more until they start picking up again in the areas of high liquidity, where the transactions are a lot more quicker and efficient for them. So now what I want to take a look at is the long liquidations of Bitcoin. Before every move up, you do have a spike of long liquidations. So we have a spike here before this move up. We have a spike here before this move up, and we have a spike here before this move up. And currently right now, if you zoom in, long liquidations are looking like they want to keep on going up. It's really hard to make, accurate predictions like this as the markets are fairly random. But in terms of numbers, I am expecting a larger amount of long liquidations here before we can see another larger push up. So now to go back to our Bitcoin chart on the daily, we do have a golden cross on the daily chart here, and we have been holding the 50. Although I believe that we are not going to hold the 50 on this push down. If you guys saw my last Bitcoin video, I told you exactly what Bitcoin was going to do, especially over the weekend. In my last video, I told you that Bitcoin was going to accumulate here before we sweep some of these highs and see a move down. So if you guys watched my last video and entered a short position off this broken base in this order block here, congrats, you guys are probably in profit. And currently I'm looking to hold this short all the way down, as I don't think that these highs will be taken relatively soon. But take profits according to whatever your guys' trading strategy is. I'll be doing the same according to my own strategy. So if you go back out to the daily here, the two levels of high liquidity that we saw on the heat map were these locations here marked in yellow. And although we can see some sort of resistance right here, I do think that this is where a lot of retail is actually putting their entries in with their stop losses probably underneath this order block. In my opinion, I think the institutional order block is the order block down here. It would be much safer for us to go long down here in this area, as we have a lot of areas of demand that have not been tapped, which just means that there are a lot of orders left down here, left by either institutions or retail or other just large traders that just have not been tapped. So there's just a lot more liquidity lying down here, and liquidity acts as price magnets. Usually price will go towards areas of high liquidity. So even though we see a reversal here, it's definitely possible that we see another move down here to pick up the rest of the liquidity before we see a move up. With that said, I did say that the most bearish case is that we would test the areas of demand down here back in the 18k to 17k zone. I'm more inclined to think that we'll come down here, as this is also the POC of the range as well. We probably also have a lot of fib levels down here as well. So we take the fib from the swing low to the swing high. This level lies right in the 0.5 zone, and a lot of algorithms are based off fib levels, especially the quarterly fib levels. So I can definitely see us coming down to the 0.5 and pushing it down a little bit into the zone of demand before a move up. Also, by this time, this red line, which is the 200-day moving average, could also act as support, as a lot of retails and algorithms will place trades on the 200-day moving average. So therefore, there will be a spike of liquidity at this level that smart money can take advantage of and place their trades here. So this is still kind of my view on the higher time frame. So if you go down to a lower time frame here, I'm going to go down to the 1 hour. Bitcoin has given us pretty much 3 entries into the short. Our Discord has taken advantage of a lot of these entries. So if that's something you guys are interested in and you guys want kind of just faster alerts, make sure to join the free trading community. So in the short term, I am expecting Bitcoin to continue ranging, maybe build up a little more liquidity. It's definitely possible that we sweep out a lot of these highs before a real move down, but price action is looking fairly bearish, and the shorts that I'm in, I'm currently just holding, as I'm more convinced that we are going down. Remember, the markets move based on liquidity and liquidity hunts, and the amount of liquidity below is just a lot higher than the amount of liquidity above. So as traders, we play our probabilities, and if we're playing a probability, I'm more under the assumption that we are on our way down to hunt out a lot of the sell side liquidity. So in my opinion, I think we are moving down here as we are auctioning below the weekly and monthly VWAP. If we do reclaim the weekly VWAP, I can definitely see some sort of push up before another push down, maybe a wipe of liquidity. But at the moment, we are auctioning below the value area of our monthly and weekly VWAP. So I am more inclined to believe that we are still on our way down. If you guys have not entered a short trade, the trade entries I would be looking for are a sweep of these highs. Although there is a chance that we just don't get this entry anymore, this would be an entry that I'd be looking at if you guys haven't entered a short yet. There's also another entry here off of this broken base. So if we do see a push up here, we definitely can retest this broken base. If you want a tighter stop, definitely above like the previous week value area high is a trade entry that I would possibly look for. We do have a lot of overlapping values in this area, such as the range high. We also have a fair value gap on the 1 hour. And also if we take the fib from this swing high to this swing low, you can see that we're lying right in the golden pocket as well. So retracement into this area is definitely something I could look at. So retracement into this area is definitely a zone of hard rejection that is possible. But with the amount of bearishness in price action at the moment, I do think possibly can get front ran on this entry. Manage your risk and entries accordingly. And if you guys want entries like the earlier ones and better ones, definitely do keep up to date on my videos or join the trading community, as I post a lot of these trades. I post a lot of these trades ahead of time. It's just definitely harder to get it onto YouTube before. But this is pretty much my weekly outlook for Bitcoin. I do think we are bearish and we are aiming for lower prices here. Depending on the markets, it's either going to be a slow chop or a pretty drastic drop down. But I do think the eventual target is within these areas of high liquidity below. If you guys enjoyed this type of analysis, please let me know in the description down below. Leave me a like on the video as it helps me out a lot. And yeah, make sure to check out the free trading community. We're just trying to build a community to help each other grow as traders. And if you guys want analysis on any specific altcoins, please let me also know in the description down below, as I do take a look at all the comments and reply. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.